Feeling the pressure to find scholarly sources for that big paper? You're not alone. What exactly is a scholarly source? And how do you find one without spending hours guessing?
Hi, I'm Abe Neiman. We're wrapping up our series, Source Types Ranked from Least to Most Authoritative, by talking about what is generally considered the most authoritative source type for an academic audience, scholarly sources. In our next two videos, we'll talk about how you can find these sources in a database or in our library catalog. But before we can find scholarly sources, we need to know what they are and how we can recognize them. Don't worry, it's easier than you might think.
Scholarly sources like journal articles and academic books are written by credentialed experts, people like your professors who often have a master's degree or a doctorate in their field of specialization. They are often written in a style aimed at other experts who may already know a lot of their field's specialized terminology, rather than for a general audience who don't. In many fields, research articles may have a standard structure, and scholarly authors tend to cite other authors extensively, giving credit and using others' contributions as a jumping-off point for their own research. You'll also notice that scholarly journals are often text-heavy, with few or no ads or colorful images, and if we're talking about books, they're usually longer with detailed titles and indexes. So those are some outward signals, but what actually makes a source scholarly? What sets scholarly journals apart is the peer review process. Before an article gets published, it's evaluated by other experts in the field, researchers just like the author. Let's take a look at how that works. First, a researcher submits their article to a scholarly journal, hoping it will be accepted for publication. The article must follow the journal's formatting and citation guidelines before the editor even considers it. Before peer review even begins, the journal's editor screens the submission to ensure it fits the journal's scope and meets basic quality standards. If it doesn't, it may be rejected outright. If the editor approves, they send the article to a panel of peer reviewers, scholars in the same field. These reviewers read the article critically, checking for accuracy, originality, clarity, and how well it contributes to the field. After reviewing, the panel provides feedback and recommends one of three outcomes: accept as is, which is rare, revise and resubmit, the most common outcome, or reject. If revisions are needed, the author revises their work based on the reviewer's comments and submits a new version. Some articles go through multiple rounds of revision before being accepted. Once the reviewers and editors approve the final version, the article is accepted for publication. It becomes part of the scholarly conversation, helping other researchers build on its findings. This multi-step process ensures that scholarly sources meet high standards for quality and readability. That's why your professors trust peer-reviewed sources above other source types, and why they expect you to use them in your research. While some academic journals still exist in print, today the most common way that you'll encounter scholarly articles is in a database, like Academic Search Complete or JSTOR. Scholarly books are usually published by academic presses. A good clue is that the publisher's name often includes University Press, like Oxford University Press or University of Chicago Press. Some scholarly publishers, however, don't have University Press in their name, but they're nonetheless known by their reputation by scholars and librarians.
Now that you know what makes a source scholarly, the next step is finding the right ones for your research. In the next video, we'll walk through how to find scholarly articles in databases like Academic Search Complete and JSTOR. Then, in part 3, we'll focus on finding scholarly books in the Hofheimer Library catalog.